Hey, it's Ludwig here, coming back with another video, and a video which I am very excited to make indeed, because as you've probably read from the title, I'm going to try my Belgian homegrown tobacco for the very first time. Yeah, it's quite fitting, the Belgian flag in the background is actually a coincidence anyway. Yeah, I'm going to try my homegrown tobacco for the very first time, because I was trying to find something in my attic upstairs, and I stumbled upon some leaves that I've been curing there. It was like an experiment, can I cure those leaves in my attic anyway? And I smelled them, and they smelled quite good. Very nice, actually, indeed. I just put them in this box. They've been curing for 3 months, and smells absolutely fantastic. Just a very sweet tobacco smell. But there's a caveat, and that is that these leaves haven't been fermented, so they have been dry cured. So all the chlorophyll has been cured from these leaves, so they have a perfectly fine, like light brown, yellowish color to them. So dry cured, but they haven't been fermented. And normally you have to ferment tobacco after dry curing it, otherwise, yeah, it is way too harsh. There's a lot of ammonia still in those leaves, but yeah, it smells great. And I thought to myself, like, why not try it? You know, it smells great. But I have like hundreds of leaves, tobacco leaves. So in today's video, I thought is also a bit of an experiment from can I smoke unfermented tobacco, like raw tobacco, so only dry cured tobacco. It's actually straight from the plant. You can't get any more bio grade, biological, how do you say it, natural tobacco than this, because I just picked it from my tobacco plants. I haven't used any pesticides, anything other than fertilizer, so it is the most pure tobacco like they would smoke back in the olden days in America. So how the Native Americans would smoke it. Yeah, they would ferment it also, but this is just an experiment. Can you smoke unfermented tobacco? So without further ado, I'm just going to cut this up, put this in my pipe, and let's see if it tastes any good. I'm very excited indeed. Okay, I have packed my pipe from this tobacco leaf. I just cut some off, and then with scissors, and I just packed my pipe with tiny shards of tobacco. Yeah, here goes nothing. To be honest, I don't really think it's going to taste any good. But there's only one way to find out. It also doesn't help that I haven't smoked in well over a month, so I hope I don't get sick. But anyway, yeah, let's do it, I guess. Unfermented tobacco. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but it does have a very harsh sort of feel in the mouth. Just a very raw tobacco taste. It doesn't taste very good. I do have to admit that. Also because it's just way too moist, but it is smokable, so that is very interesting. It is smokable, and I think also the moisture content in this tobacco is way too high because it's very hard to keep lit in my pipe. But it isn't as harsh as I expected. but it isn't sweet. It is just very, very neutral, but it doesn't really taste like good quality tobacco. So, yeah, it it tastes like tobacco, but in a very unrefined way, is how I would describe it. It's like if you would describe tobacco, but without any sort of adjectives like sweetness, earthiness. It's just very like, oh yeah, tobacco is just very unrefined. But it's smokable. It is just very pure and harsh. That's how I would describe it. It's way too harsh. I, I can understand now why people say, yeah, you have to ferment it, but sometimes like a note of sweetness comes through, but very very slight. It is just it's still green. Is how I would describe it. I'm also using my dad's old pipe, so it's a big bit broken. I thought I'm not gonna use my nice pipe when smoking this rubbish. I'm just gonna use a pipe that's barely, yeah, that's almost falling apart. But it's very difficult to stay lit. Normally, yeah, I smoke a pipe a lot. Yeah, I used to smoke pipe a lot, and yeah, it only takes like a couple of lights, and then you can get going. Sometimes you have to relight, but this is just you have to relight every time you want to take a draw. So, where it's already gone out. And I forgot my tamper, so that's also very annoying. Yeah, it just tastes very green. Not a lot of nice ways to describe it. It's not sweet, it's not earthy, it's not mellow, it's not just very neutral and very. It's way less harsh than I expected. Yeah, it's just way too. It's way less harsh than I expected. I thought it was going to be very overpowering, very harsh, very unpleasant. But so far, it is just neutral. Sometimes it's a bit harsh, but it doesn't taste like anything really. It doesn't taste very sweet like a Virginia would taste like. But this is because this is Virginia tobacco. Um, it does have its own character. I mean, character. It's very raw, very unrefined. I think I said that word a lot in this review, but um, how much would I rate this unfermented tobacco? If I'm going to do a review, let's do it like properly. I'm going to take a sip of water first. Um, well, it does have this. This tobacco needs to be fermented for it to have all its natural flavors to come out properly. It needs to be fermented. That's just something that I know. Is it possible to smoke unfermented tobacco? Yeah, definitely. If you want to keep relighting your tobacco like four or like 14, 15 times every time you smoke it, then yeah, you can smoke unfermented tobacco. It's very neutral. It's not as bad as I expected. It is just very average in my opinion. The problem is that it doesn't have any flavor characteristics that you would expect from good quality tobacco, like sweetness, mellowness, earthy notes, like good, like common tobacco flavor notes that you would expect from good quality tobacco. It's just not there, and that is because it hasn't been fermented. So if you do the fermentation process, then all of those good flavors from your tobacco will come to the surface. But if you don't ferment it and you just have this unfermented dry cured leaf, raw tobacco, really raw wild tobacco, then yeah, you can smoke it, you can have a nicotine buzz, but is it really pleasant? Not really. It's not really a pleasant smoking experience. But is it possible? Yes, definitely. But it doesn't taste bad. Sometimes a little bit of sweet notes coming. It just it tastes very pure. Like a very pure, neutral tobacco taste is what I'm getting. But with harshness and with notes, with tobacco flavor notes that aren't really there. So no sweetness, no mellowness, no earthiness. That's what I said. It's just, I really miss those core tobacco flavor notes that indicate a good tobacco flavor, like what I just said, like what I said previously. And that is what I really miss. Also, it hasn't dried enough. So maybe I know a lot of people that just dry cure tobacco and then put it in mason jars. They put it in mason jars and then it ages naturally. And if you really compact it really tightly in a mason jar, then it ferments naturally. But the problem is that it takes 6 months. This has been aging for 3 months, so I would have to age it for 3 months. And then it becomes smokable. But right now, yeah, it's not bad, but it isn't dry enough, so you have to constantly relight it, and those tobacco flavor notes aren't there. So maybe it's better to just wait a bit and then smoke it, and then, because otherwise you're just going to waste your good quality tobacco. But it's not bad. It does have something in it. So it does have something going for it. I just can't put my finger on it. It's very robust, very pure, very direct, very neutral, very just very neutral raw tobacco taste without any noteworthy flavor characteristics. That is how I would describe unfermented tobacco, and actually not as harsh as I anticipated. I don't really think it is that harsh. Yeah, it's not really more. It's not harsher than any other pipe blends that I've smoked in the past, and I've smoked a couple, so I definitely know what I'm talking about. There are way more harsher pipe blends than I've smoked right now. I think it's smokable. If you don't mind relighting it all the time. Maybe if I dried it out more, then it would be smokable. But that is it. That is the end of my pipe, of my smoking my homegrown unfermented tobacco. A bit of a recap. In short, is it bad? No. Is it harsh? I don't really think it's harsh at all. I think it's quite exaggerated. It's not harsher than any other pipe blends that I've smoked in the past. Flavor-wise, disappointing, but not bad actually. So it's quite neutral. It's very robust, very raw tobacco flavor. Not any noteworthy flavor notes like sweetness, like earthiness, like nuttiness, like all those classic tobacco flavor notes are non-existent actually. It's very pure, it's very raw, but not noteworthy flavor notes. How much would I rate my homegrown Belgian unfermented tobacco that's been aging for that's been been dry curing for 3 months? I would rate it. How much would I rate it? I think like a 6 out of 10. If it burned, if it burned easier, and the draw was nicer, probably 6.5. It really misses those flavor notes in my opinion, and I think that's really where fermentation comes in. to get it to burn nicely and steady and consistently, and also to draw out the maximum the maximum amount of natural flavors of this tobacco. There's a lot of potential in this tobacco, but you first have to like extract it through fermentation. So fermentation is really a crucial step in making your own tobacco taste good. But is it possible to smoke it? Yes, I think it's way over exaggerated. I think it's over exaggerated how harsh this tobacco is. But what a lot of people do is that they take their dry cured unfermented tobacco and then they mix it with commercial grade tobacco, like to cut costs. And then it burns way nicer, so way better burn and way better flavor because you mix it in with that commercial tobacco that has those good flavor notes. So I think a lot of people do that, and I can see why they do it because like a 30-70 mix. So 30% is commercial tobacco, 70% is your homegrown stuff. And I think that way you can make a nice pie blend, because it's very difficult to make your how can you put how can you infuse vanilla flavor or cherry flavor or stuff like that in your own tobacco pie blends? I have no idea. That's something that a lot of people do. So 6 out of 10 for the unfermented dry cured tobacco that's been dry curing for 3 months. I hope you found this video interesting, because I think this is the only review on it's the only YouTube video on this topic, on unfermented tobacco, like doing a test, smoking it straight out of a pipe, the most pure form of smoking, in my opinion, and giving you my honest review. So 6 out of 10 for this Belgian tobacco. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys, cheers.